Howdy. Hello. Time to do a writing session. Let's see. You're back. Hilda kept shooting from the... kept her eyes on the outside. She missed an attempt by some trio of Volgans. That's Soviets in this universe. Volgans. An attempt by a trio of Volgans to charge in and end her volley of shots. For sniping. Hubert was waiting for him in the main room. Both his SG-39 and the CV-38. Was it CV-38? No. CV-39. That's what it's called. 47-37. It's like the AK-47, but about 10 years earlier. That's being captured. V-37. They came in rather recklessly and were knocked down. Knocked down by about 30 rounds. Entire mag of rounds. An entire 30-round mag. Hubert. They had a little company, but I took care of it. Hubert said to Hilda, "Keep at it," Hilda said. Hilda missed. Hubert reloading and going off. And going through that door. Through the doorway to the next room. There, at the back entrance, he took out some more Volgan troops who were either sneaking around the village to escape, or were trying to get Hilda. Either way, he took them out, returned to Hilda's room. I think most of the village is in our hands now, Hubert noted. Hilda could see that better than him. She saw her comrades fan through every building, storm through every building like some impossible force, like some unstoppable force, leaving moaning and dying Volgans in their wake. Sounds like a Doctor Who race, the Volgans. Hilda had lost sight of Orson, for a time. But he appeared abruptly in the town courtyard, like some character in a play who appeared in the first act, disappeared, and then suddenly appeared, suddenly reappeared in the final scene. Let's see. Orson was wielding his smoking SG-39. So I can only imagine how many men have been slain by it. Orson covered his men for it is two engineers, who put plastic explosives on the AE gun. The courtyards, everyone got back before the detonator was pushed. The whole deadly gun went up in flames, with the ammo still inside, cooking off like popcorn. Was popcorn invented in World War II? Or World War II? Like popcorn. Orson and Co. then got out of the open, moving for the big buildings on the opposite side. Of the courtyard. After Hilda had gone for 5 minutes without a target, without seeing a target. No, that's not it. After Hilda went without seeing, after Volga went 5 minutes without a Volgan sighting, she knew it was time to move on. Hubert, we're being left behind, Hilda said. Let's get going. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Hubert replied. Hilda jumped over. Hilda took the stairs down, hopped down the stairs to ground level. Hubert, give me that CV, Hilda said, ordered. It's going to be close quarters from here on in. Yes. Hubert tossed the AK, fully loaded CV over, and Hilda readied it. He had plenty of experience with this weapon. It was like the AK, like the SG, but different. It had its own quirks, positive and negative. Grab some extra ammo off the dead men in the room. Then followed Hubert outside. Soon after, they were both inside the entrance to one of the big houses, having caught up with Orson and Co. The big house had been the only enemy found in the house. The only enemy found in the house was some badly wounded officer on the second floor. He didn't stay in the world to face interrogation. He didn't allow himself to linger in the world to face interrogation. Soon after, he saw Orson. Did I call him Oscar? Orson and Co. outside his door, his room. He shot himself in the head. He shot himself dead. Hilda saw the aftermath. Briefly. Feel kind of bad leaving such a mess by the villagers, she said, going back to her comrades. Looks like the village is entirely in our hands. Orson noted. Orson picked 2 more guys. Picked 2 guys. Both privates. You two stay here and keep things locked down, Orson said, ordered. And when those other guys get back, have them come, send them our way. Right. Yes, sir. Pale replied. Hilda suddenly got a dark image in her mind of those group of civilians. Soon escaped. Of that group of civilians who ran off with 2 guys. Civilians earlier being dark image in mind of that group of civilians from earlier, all lying out dead in the forest, gunned down by some Vulcan massacreists. Is that a word? No, by the way, I think it was. Some Vulcan MG gunners. Hilda hoped she'd actually heard of them. They were safe and sound behind the lines. Behind the front. And sound, with the front getting farther and farther away. Hilda hoped the next she heard of them, they were safe and sound, with the front getting farther and farther away. Next stop, Tully Manor. Orson said, "Give 'em hell, sir." There were some cheers in reply. Hilda said nothing. 5 minutes later. There had been a few. Beyond the village was an expanse of woods and some old, overrun gardens that were part of the Bartoli property. Named Bartoli after the bad guy from Tomb Raider 2. Fine series. Yep. I need to come up with more butt-crazy stories like that one from Tomb Raider 2. Italian gangster cultists going to war with an army of warrior monks over some artifact that's going to turn someone into a dragon. That's the kind of stuff people like to see. That's escapism in its purest form. No one has to worry about communism, nuclear war, the coronavirus, that kind of stuff. Let's see. There were, as Hilda expected, there was another squad of Volgans lying in wait. This one having 2 MGs to their name. Hilda stalked them like a skilled hunter after a prized beast. And when she was found a good position, she let them have it with Mr. Vampire. Hair Vampire. She took out the MGs first, then an officer, then the Volgans panicked and were shooting wildly in all directions. They didn't spot Hilda, but they would have gotten her. Might have, but she relocated. Located anyway. Anyway, he was worried they were going to nail her by complete accident. He was going to nail her by accident. By the time Hilda was in a new spot, her comrades had opened up on the enemy. And that squad with some MGs of their own. The result was Hilda not having anyone to snipe, anyone alive to snipe from her new position. Hilda regrouped with her comrades. Next is a trench network with a bunch of AA guns spread throughout. This is a send-up of that famous battle from World War II, Brecourt Manor. What was done by the 101st Airborne. They said it was a textbook battle. How it went from A to B to C to Z. And it's apparently still taught in military schools as to how to pull off the perfect attack. Let's see. Bunch of AA guns spread throughout. Okay. More in the courtyard. Manor courtyard. Most likely. Hilda added. That'd be a ton of grunts to deal with. Hubert noted. Pretty sure we didn't trim them down numbers by much in the attack on town. Much so far. Pretty sure we didn't trim their numbers by much so far. Portion of them look concerned. Afraid. And look worried. It's okay. Why? Worst case scenario. We just take out all the AA guns and bug out. Then we want to pull out. And we want to pull out. Pull out. Got the one in mind. Minded some reinforcements. Some regular infantry. One of the new tanks. Or a new More of the new tanks. Might have minded some reinforcements. Some regular infantry and one of the new tanks, maybe. Okay, move out. It wasn't long after that Hilda and Co. had a fine, almost romantic view of the Bartoli Manor. It was a big gray stone mansion with a black roof and silvery gray windows. The front entrance is a set of big black doors flanked by white pillars. One couldn't see much of the interior from this, despite the big windows. Despite the many big windows, one couldn't see much of the interior from outside. The curtains were mostly drawn. There's a big 3-floor gray stone mansion. The house was flanked by gardens and forest. It was flanked by gardens, by more old, untended gardens, forest, and naturally, the trench network. Network was a standard type, shored up with wood. Shored up with wood, and shored up by wood walls. Walls with dugouts, foxholes, MG emplacements. The AA guns were situated in the bigger rooms of the trench, along with plenty of extra ammo. They were covered by camo netting. They are camouflaged by camo netting. The trench was up to Bloodkin standards. How come I haven't mentioned that much? Bloodkin. I guess because they're not the enemy in this chapter. The trench was... Have they been the enemy in any chapter? Yeah, indirectly. But this... Mostly it's the big bad of World War II in this universe is the Vulcans, as it turns out. Spoiler alert. Let's see. The trench was up to Bloodkin standards because it had been built by the Bloodkins. Most of the defenses had been set up by them. Bloodkin army. Commandeered by the Vulcans when they took the pass, town, and manor. The trench looked to be home to about 30 of the enemy, counting the AA gun crews, each of which had 5 men. We really could use some backup, it said. Hilda. We need like twice as many men to take a place like this. Well, we're not gonna... Hate to break it to you, Hubert, Raider. Hate to break it to you, Raider, Hilda replied, but we're not going to get any help. Hubert had no reply for that. 5 minutes later, the trenches had not yet been attacked. Let's see, I got my Mars time going to steal it. Let's see if I meant the transit. This was because Hilda had not yet gotten into position. She had found a perfect sniping spot on a hill adjacent into the trenches. She had a particularly good view of the MG positions, the biggest threat at the moment. 88. Is 80 too big for a mortar? Might be. I better sign off here, folks. Have a nice day. Good luck on your projects and all.